Good morning. It's morning for me. Hi, my name is India, and I'm starting a week-long reading vlog because I have about a week before school starts up again and my job starts up again. Let's talk about what I'm doing. I did a reading vlog last week, or like a little reading challenge last week, where I was kind of reading for 20 minutes, kind of trying to read for more. It was unclear. That was the main problem. It was unclear. I, this time around, want to read between half an hour and an hour every day. I think that's manageable. I think that's doable. I'm gonna aim for an hour, but if it's just half an hour, that's fine. I am 5 books away from my unofficial goal to read 60 books this year, and I don't know if I'll be able to reach that goal. I will if I pick up a graphic novel or actually listen to the audiobook that I want to listen to, but for right now there are 3 books that I'd like to complete. First is Devotions by Mary Oliver. I'm less than halfway through. This is a collection of poetry by Mary Oliver, and it's something that I like to read a section out of every day, probably more if I want to finish this by the end of 2024. Definitely more because it's the 30th. I didn't think about that. The other book that I'd like to finish is Hoarded by the Dragon by Lillian Lark. This is a monster romance about a dragon and accidental pregnancy. It's a time. I'm in love with Lillian Lark. I think I'll read whatever she puts out, genuinely. I don't know if this is the last in the Monstrous Matches series, or if it's just the last one that's out, but it's the last one I have to read. I don't know how far I am in it. I'm reading it on my Kindle through Kindle Unlimited and having a grand time. Then I would like to start Private Rights by Julia Armfield, who wrote Our Wives Under the Sea. I haven't read Our Wives Under the Sea, but I have the audiobook for Private Rights. And I think it'd be good for me to listen to when I'm doing stuff. Cleaning, I have a lot of cleaning to do, and hopefully going on some walks. Then, since this vlog will include the start of the year, I also want to get excited about my reading. My goal this year is to read 100 books. I think I can do it. Mark my words. And I'll take a look at my bingo board. I need to film my video about my bingo boards. I would like to pick out a book that's coming out in July. No. I'd like to pick out a book that's coming out in January to start on January 1st. So yeah, I'll do that. Anyway, enough of me blabbering. I need to read. I'm gonna set my timer for half an hour and get some reading done this morning before I get into other stuff I need to do, chores wise, knitting wise, etc. I almost said December 1st. It is January 1st. It's the first of the year. This collar doesn't want to stay like this. Oh well, it's fine. It's the first of the year. Did I manage to read the books so that I could get to 60 books read in 2024? No, I did not. I was foolish to think that I could have, and so now I'm just enjoying my time, trying to take it chill today, reading a little bit here and there. I'm gonna take myself on a little walk. That's one of my goals for the new year, is to go on more walks. And yeah, run some errands, do some things like that. I don't know if I like my hair right now. I might get a hat to put on for my little walk. Yeah, I am well past the halfway point of Hoarded by the Dragon, and oh my god, I'm really loving it. I don't know if I'm liking it as much as Stalked by the Kraken and Deceived by the Gargoyles. Those are like up there, but I'm really liking it. I really like Kalos and Katerina. So I'm gonna go on my walk now. Look at them. They're so precious. I finished reading Hoarded by the Dragon by Lillian Lark, and I had such a fun time. It was great. I don't think I gave a synopsis of this book. It follows our main character, Katerina, who has left her thieving days behind but gets roped into a new job where she is stealing from a dragon horde, and she gets caught. But when she gets caught, the dragon is in heat, and so she's like, hey, let me provide you my services to help ease this pain you're going through, and you let me leave with this thing that I'm stealing. And he's like, sounds like a deal. So that is the setup of the book. And then there's accidental pregnancy. That doesn't seem like a spoiler, mostly because it is like very much part of the synopsis of the book and like the cover. Accidental pregnancy and like lots of forced proximity going on. Yeah, I just had such a fun time, and oh my goodness, I found out that the next book in the series just came out. So I'm not going to read it immediately because I want to save it for when I really need it, when I'm like going through it and need Married to the Devil. But what are you doing? But I just wanted to update you about that. I don't know what I'm gonna start. Well, okay, I do know what I want to start next. It is an arc for a book called The Order of Swans, which is a romantasy book that comes out this month that I'm curious about, but I would like to read some more of Devotions before I dive into that. As you can see, I've been watching, I think it's Jack in the Attic, and I've been knitting. What's up? What's up? Why are you grumpy? But yes, I've been knitting and watching YouTube. I am ready to start some reading though. I have filmed some videos, which I'm hoping to edit and put up. I filmed my Everything I Read in 2024 video, which is my thing that I do every year, and I've been doing that for a while. Hi, Hecate. She's so precious. They both are so precious. I love them so much. yeah, so I'm gonna read, knit some more, do that. I haven't been sharing how many minutes I've been reading, even though I've been keeping track of it. I have a spreadsheet that I've been keeping track of my minutes in, but maybe I'll share that at the end of this video, how many minutes I read in this week. Good morning. It's Saturday, fighting off the weekend, fighting off the nerves about school starting up again in a couple days. I've definitely been really enjoying my break and don't want to go back to work. But I'm here. I have homemade cinnamon rolls. I made these last night because I was just like in the mood for cinnamon rolls, and I can't eat gluten, so it's not like I can just go and get the Pillsbury cinnamon rolls, which I like grew up having. But I have homemade cinnamon rolls and I have homemade chai. So good. I want to tell you what I'm reading. So I started Moth Eater, I forget who it's by, which comes out I think on the 21st, and I'm really struggling with this icing. And it is about Benny, who lives in this Appalachian town, and she is trying to figure out what is going on with these like missing men, or these like men who are just disappearing and dying in the mines of this town. And she thinks it's they're both up there. She thinks it's the mining company that has something to do with it. And so she's like dedicated and really like, I want my hair to be messy in the right way, you know? She's dedicated to getting to the bottom of it. And she's scoping out the river because she's like, oh, I bet they're dumping dead bodies in the river. When she finds this woman who is barely breathing. So she pulls this woman out of the river, she gets her into her truck, and she's driving, and the woman jumps out and runs away. And she follows the woman, who then proceeds to work some magic. And now she's kind of stuck with this woman who's called Moth Eater. And they're trying to figure out who Moth Eater is, because she doesn't know who she is. She's just like, they call me Moth Eater. And how this is connected to the mines. It's very interesting. It is described as being a queer fantasy. So I'm like excited to see how that comes into play. So I'm reading that, and then I'm finishing up Devotions by Mary Oliver, which I don't think I'm going to have done by the end of break, but I'll have finished when I finish it. And I think that's all I had to tell you. I'm just gonna eat my cinnamon roll. I'm gonna go to Michael's. So I went to Michael's yesterday and I got some yarn because I've been really wanting to crochet. And I've been crocheting this like big granny square that I'm pretty sure is just gonna end up being a cat blanket. But I want to make a human blanket. So I got some yarn to crochet a blanket, and I think I want to add some green in there, or maybe some blue. I got a purpley color, and then a orangey pinky color. And I think a greeny blue would be perfect in there. So that's my plan for today. I'm just really impressed with my cinnamon rolls. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Hello! We're rounding out this vlog because it is Monday. It's time for me to go back to work. What is my hair doing? I read a total of 6 hours, 1 minute, and 2 seconds this week, which I feel pretty proud of. Yeah, I am happy with that achievement. I think, you know, we're working up. One day I'll be able to read 12 hours in a week, maybe even 24. We'll see. But thanks so much for joining me for this vlog. I read most of Devotions by Mary Oliver. I read Hoarded by the Dragon by Lillian Lark. I started Moth Eater. I don't know, I'm forgetting who wrote that. And then I didn't talk about this, but I also started listening to Private Rights by Julia Armfield, and I didn't include that listening into my hours, which maybe I should have, but that's okay. That's fine. I hope you're having a good time wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and I'll see you when I see you.